I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we delve into the riveting narrative penned by Dr. Roopa Venktesh in her wonderful book, Sonia Gandhi, The Power, Part 1. Dr. Roopa, a seasoned medical professional and now a distinguished author, brings a unique perspective to the political saga of Sonia Gandhi. She explores themes of peace, discrimination, and resilience against personal tragedies that echo through the corridors of global politics. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her important book. The links are below this interview. Doctor, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
I'm delighted to be here, and thank you for the wonderful introduction.
It's my pleasure. I'm a big fan of your book, a big fan of your work. Let's start out by an interesting concept that you mention in your book, and that is the significance of universal peace. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. My profession being a medical profession, I feel that healing mankind is the biggest gift to the human race and beyond. And I feel that as a doctor, I feel very strongly about the importance of peace across universal peace and freedom and development across the world. And I simply cannot underestimate the importance of peace across the world. Currently, there are two regions at war, and I feel really sad and strongly against the war or potential war-like situations across the world. And as a doctor, naturally, my job is to heal. And I just simply fail to understand why we are at war. And the life of a Russian is as important as the life of a Palestinian or the life of an American or an Indian. And I just feel this is a right time to awaken every one of us to think about how we can stop wars across the world and warlike situations and restore the peace that the world can be at and prosper and make this world a better place to be. And I simply feel very strongly about this.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't need to be blowing each other up and tearing each other apart. We should be building each other up and empowering each other. I agree with that for sure. Why did you decide to write a biography on Sonia Gandhi?
So Sonia Gandhi, for those of you who do not know, is a politician based in India, and she emigrated from a different country. She comes from Italy, and she's adopted India as her home. And she survives 2 assassinations in the family and takes up a career which makes her lose a large part of her family. And I found no better example than her, which is so relevant for a long time now, to use her journey as an example to, cause an awareness across the world to sort of stop discrimination and stop hatred and killings and again wars, like as I said just before. And I chose her as a topic of my book for that reason. I do not know her in any other capacity other than when I tried to write about her.
Absolutely. And in the book, you highlight the discrimination that she faced because of her foreign origin. And I feel that you believe this reflects a broader problem in society, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think discrimination is a pandemic. It's there across the world, whether it's against a gender or whether it's against a nationality or a language they all are the same. I feel they all are destructive outcomes to the human race. And I very strongly feel about this topic.
Mm. What do you think Sonia Gandhi's greatest achievements are and contributions are?
I think she's one of the few politicians who actually never chose to occupy the seat of power. And I think she's one of the few who thinks that despite the seat or despite being in power, she can use the power. And she believes in the power of construction, not destruction. And I think she always exercised a strategic restraint as a powerful weapon rather than any other currently prevalent means to achieve a political end.
Absolutely, absolutely. What was it like researching her story and writing it? Tell us a little bit about that process.
So as I said before, I do not know her in any other capacity other than when I decided I should write about her. And I went to London and visited the British Library, which has the whole range of books already written about her. There are about 60 books dedicated to her, a lot of them written by people outside of the field of politics. And mine appears to be just another one, but I'm the only one who touches the topic of very touchy topic or the sensitive topic of discrimination, unlike the rest of them. And I also gathered direct information from people who know her and who met her directly as doctors from my work. While I worked in the United Kingdom as a general practitioner, I met some of her party workers, the Congress party workers, people who've known the family in some way or the other. And then I drew my own observations from all of the material that I researched about. And fortunately, I had an opportunity to meet her too. So I flew from London and I went to New Delhi, and I actually had an appointment and met her. So it was quite a journey, and it was very interesting and very delightful. And I have to say, very resourceful too, because for a doctor like me, it was interesting to know someone as powerful as that and someone from a different country continuing in a career which wasn't an easy path to take up.
Exactly. And it was nice that she was accessible to you as well, which is wonderful because it puts a human face on your research for sure and beyond. Tell us what you hope readers take away from your book.
Well, the first thing is I appeal to every one of us, including the audience watching this, to stop discrimination and hatred and sufferings across the world. And I appeal to every one of us to cause an awareness about what discrimination is and what the results are. And together, I think we should join and make all efforts to work out how we could together make this world a better place to be. There's so much we can do instead of conflicts or disagreements or wars. I think these are not the solutions to what we should do. This is some of the points that I like to make here. There's more I wish to, but I look forward to engaging in conversations to people across the world further to this interview. And I hope this reaches everybody, particularly the regions at war. I really, really feel sad that in a civilized world that we all live in, we are at war with each other. And these two regions at war mean that we also are in trouble. It's just not exclusively meant for these two regions.
Yeah.
And it's time that we stop discrimination based on nationality, gender, or language and such, and make this world a better place to be, like as I said before.
Absolutely. And we see your beautiful daughter in the picture, and that's fine. Don't worry about her because she's the future. You know, it's written that children are the future. So she's got a great mom who's setting a great example. And I completely agree with you. If you think about the hundreds of billions of dollars that the United States alone has sent so people could be killed in Russia, Ukraine, Palestine, and Israel. It's nuts. I mean, we could be feeding people, clothing people, housing people, educating people, eh, protecting the environment, cleaning up the ocean. We could be doing so much with that money. Instead, we make weapons of mass destruction to kill people. And let's face it, this war in Russia is a war between the United States and Russia. Ukraine is just a proxy. And, it's terrible. I think it's time the American people speak out, and I'm glad that your voice is a leader to help stop the bloodshed and the senseless killing for sure. And the same's true in Israel and Palestine. There's got to be an answer where this can be resolved peacefully without people dying, right?
Absolutely. Thanks for summing it up beautifully, Logan.
Thank you so much. Well, your book is very, very inspiring indeed. And I think our audience will love it. I think they'll also be introduced to a political leader, not a politician, but a political leader that they might not know about. And that is Sonia Gandhi. And there's the book right there in her hand, The Power, Part 1, Sonia Gandhi. And it is highly recommended here on the Spotlight Network. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you once again.
I appreciate your time. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.